Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Now, what if I just made you laugh? Ha! All right, that's a little... it needs a little bit of work, but we're good. Welcome back to Talksmack with Mac. It's your boy, motherfucking Mac here, and we have Angelo on the pod. He hit me up. He said, motherfucker, let me get up on there, man. You guys were talking some good shit, and I want to talk some shit, too. And here we are.
Very true.
How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man.
You're fucking around with that Billy downstairs.
Yeah.
That,
man, that kind of rocked me, honestly. Yeah, but
Billy, man.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
feeling
man.
Really good.
Kyle let me hear that. He came and, slapped me with some of the most fire weed.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Billy. It reminds me of, like, the Grim Reaper. He just came and just, like, put us in a chokehold one time. But, yeah, man, we were downstairs and we were talking about weed stories, and you mentioned a tolerance break and shit like that. So I took a tolerance break for the first time. I started smoking weed after I got out the military. I was, like, 23, 24 or something like that. And it's been a while. I'm 29 now, so it's been, like, 5 years or so. And I fucked with it. Never, like, took a tolerance break in 5 years. And then in June, I was going to New York with a group of friends. And we were doing some competition shit out there. And I was like, man, let me take a tolerance break. I really want to clear my mind, right? Really dive into this fucking journey and really fuck some shit up. So I took a 3-week tolerance break. And I said, fuck that. A week before, I was like, fuck that, I'm smoking. Fuck that. It's been 3 weeks. I want to smoke. I was on set with motherfuckers. The producers were smoking, asked me to smoke. And I was like, no, I'm on a tolerance break. So I was like, really... 3 weeks is pretty solid, though, right?
Right.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Ish.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah, I would say after.
So, I go back and I smoke a straight full bowl, right, and then go to acting class. Tell me why when I get to acting class, we're sitting there, we're about to go over lines and shit, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm fucking scared right now. I'm scared to go up there and do anything. It was improv. And usually I'm like, man, I'll fuck some shit up.
Right.
Pick me, let's go, right?
Right.
But at that moment, I was so high, and I was just I'm about to fuck up.
For improv, too, it takes like a very complex...
I ended up making like a little bit of a fool of myself. Fucking, I think I was like a Secret Service agent stopping somebody, and I ended up like I jumped down the whole hallway and shit. It was really sold it. Yeah, man. But yeah,
Jumped down a hallway? Was this on
it was like
on a stage?
No, it was like in a classroom. Say,
wow.
Classroom, maybe like rectangle shape, and chairs were all around of the people watching.
Okay.
I was performing and dove down the whole shit.
Whoa. Okay.
So I tried. I sold it.
Yeah.
I woke up real quick when I got up there.
Right.
But yeah, man, that anxiety gets you.
Oh, for sure. 100%. But I think like once you just kind of dive into it, as soon as you get in, you're just kind of like, this isn't so bad. I was kind of overthinking it,
I mean, it was definitely because I came off that tolerance break and smoked a lot of weed and thought I could. And I was kind of reset.
God. So I swear, when I do that, when I take that tolerance break or I haven't smoked in a long time and I go and I smoke, dude, I get so ripped. It's bad, It's kind of...
It's bad, but it's good. I feel like those anxiety trips was like... I do them every so often to just like to test myself, see if I can get through it. It makes for an interesting
if
time.
only you got a medal for that, like the other medal.
It's inside.
Oh yeah,
it's inside. It's all for me.
That's so true.
All right, so here goes Jax messing up on the pot.
Nah.
But fast forward to when I went to New York, I got some edibles out there, and they were 100 milligrams each, and. Usually I hear they're like 5 or 10 or some shit like that each.
Right.
So anytime in my experience, anytime I've had 100 milligram per edible, it's never fucking been good. And it's never it never did anything. I felt like I got gypped off. Well, I tell you what, these motherfuckers in New York.
Oh, God.
Gave some to the homies, gave the homies one. And I was like, since I'm giving you guys one, I'm going to take 2.
Yeah.
Make sure that, whatever I'm feeling, you guys aren't feeling that, so you're okay, right? And I just wanted to see what happens too. So I took 2, and we ended up walking in Times Square, bro, and I'm high as fuck. And we get to this barbecue spot, fire ass barbecue,
right?
And I remember sitting down, I was so fucking high that I said, man, if I have to stand up right now, it's a wrap.
You just keel over or what?
Man, and the first thing they do is before we go out there, they said, do not get, the underage people fucking high or drunk. And I forgot dude wasn't 21. Very mature kid. So he smoked weed all the time. I let him some. He got high.
The edibles, man, they hit you different. It's a totally different tolerance.
They smack.
Yeah.
So what I did, and I'm telling you, it was one of those moments when I told you downstairs when the anxiety kicks up, and it's just a moment that you got to ride through.
Right.
All right, so I gauged him. So what I did, I kept me two of them bad boys for the plane ride home.
Okay.
And right when we got to the airport, smacked both of them. Pop, pop. I said, all right, I got about like 45 minutes. Well, I mistimed it, and our flight got delayed by an hour. So I go through, the line and everything and get all the way to our gate, and I sit down, and it hits the anxiety. It's fucking bad.
Oh, God.
Anxiety is bad. Everything is spinning. So I just put my head down. But two things are happening simultaneously in addition to the fucking anxiety. One, cottonmouth is hitting bad.
I kind of got some right now, for sure.
Yeah, man, and I had my jug, but it was dry, bro. And the restaurant was just right across from me, but I couldn't stand up.
No.
And then also, even worse, had the bubble guts. So I had to shit so fucking bad.
Yeah, probably because you were freaking out.
I'm high as fuck.
The panic attack.
Oh my gosh, man.
Panic attack will totally do that too.
Looking back on it, was fucking, that sucked, but now it's so funny. Like I get that.
Like nothing was happening to you. It was all in your head.
No. I was high as fuck. It wasn't all
I'm
in my
saying
head.
like other than being just chemically like exonerated, I'm talking about just like nothing was actually happening to you. No one's even paying attention to you, and you're just like.
But in that moment, in your mind, you're thinking everybody's looking at me. They can see it.
Exactly.
Like farts are slipping out and they stink hella bad and shit. I'm like, everybody smells it.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Man.
That couldn't be more true. Like,
Man, it was horrible. It was horrible. I'm going to do it again sometime.
Right. Oh, my God.
You had any weird stories like that before?
Yeah, dude. So I spent some time in Colorado, specifically Denver, Colorado, and I had my medical card, and this is like my first time shopping on the medicinal side of all these dispensaries, and I get like this soda. And I'm literally kind of like getting anxiety, like even talking about it, because it's like, dude,
Yes.
I got this soda, dude, and I was like, man, this is cool. This soda's gonna be awesome. Tastes like super good. I was drinking it on the way home. I think this was back when like I was like riding the bus or something, because it was only one bus ride up, and I was like, screw it. But I look at the bottle when I get home, and it's 1,000 milligrams.
Oh, shit.
I drank it. It was supposed, there was like portions on the side. It was like 200, 200, 200, 200. And it was literally supposed to be like screwed back on, put it back in your refrigerator, take a little sip. And dude, I was so high. I was like, I had to go to sleep because it was bad. And
you were able to go to sleep?
No, I hallucinated into going into sleep. It was crazy. Like they always say that pot is like a hallucinogen.
If you
and
get
I
high
never believe them.
If you get high enough,
1,000 milligrams? Yeah, I thought I was going to die. I never want to be that high to where it is a hallucinogen, dude, because it was scary. It was bad. It was bad.
I want to chime in on the hallucinogen, man. So when I first got out of the military, I used to smoke with my brother in his backyard, and his process of smoking weed is so elegant. He goes out there with his bong, and he's in his recliners. And I remember it's always nighttime for some reason when I was going over there. And we would recline back, and the stars are out. He lives by South Point.
Yeah.
And this is 5 years ago, so less construction, still a lot, but less.
Okay.
And kicking back, and he had his little blowtorch, and he heats up his little heating rod, and he pokes his weed, and it's such a process. It's amazing, right?
It's like a ritual almost.
Yes, it's a ritual every time. It's like he shows
aligning.
respect to the weed and to smoking and shit. And this is right when I started. This is like maybe 2 weeks after I started smoking weed. And I would hit the vape pill a couple times, and I'm high. So I'm back there with the bong with him, and he did me right. He wasn't putting too much in there.
Right.
But I remember, bro, I hit it, finished. He was like, whatever I put in there, you got to finish it though. But he wasn't doing me dirty. He put like a third of the bowl type shit.
Okay.
And I finished the shit. I remember I'm looking up in the sky, and I just started seeing lights.
Don't.
And then I remember seeing.
Maybe you weren't hallucinating.
Did you ever watch Cartoon Network?
Of course.
All right. So do you remember in like the early 2000s, late 90s, everything was bubble letters. All the titles were bubble letters. Ed, Edd n Eddy, Cow and Chicken, all of that shit was bubble letters.
I don't think I realized that they all were okay, but definitely watched
I'm
all
looking
of those.
in the sky,
Okay.
and the titles of those shows were blowing up as if they were fireworks and expanding through the entire sky. And I looked at my brother. I said, "You motherfucker, you're a shaman or some shit because you're like I'm seeing some
Are you sure
shit
that wasn't
right now."
PCP?
I promise it wasn't. I've never
just
done
kidding,
any of that. But no, man. If you get high enough, I don't know. I guess maybe your mind just wanders and you see maybe whatever you want.
No, for sure. For sure.
I guess it puts you in maybe of like a form of meditation or something. Depending on how bad the anxiety is, maybe it's like a fucked up meditation, but
Yeah, that's very true.
stuck in like a trance.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, so Angelo, tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about you, man. Where are you from?
So I grew up in Lubbock, Texas. My father was in the Air Force. Actually, ended up dying 6 months before I was born.
From the Air Force?
Yeah. So he was an Italian fighter pilot who was brought over to America to train Gulf War pilots. I'm like trying to remember like so hard in my head right now, but yeah. After that, we moved from Lubbock to Virginia to this big 40-acre farm. I grew up there for about 10 years or so, and then I moved to Colorado. I stayed there for about 9 or 8 years. And then I moved to
farm?
Vegas.
How's the farm?
How's the farm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
we
was
still
living
got
on
it.
the farm?
We still got it. It's
Yeah,
dope.
nice.
Yeah. I went and visited recently.
I'm sure that's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. And, I felt bad when I got back. I was like, man, so much work that needs to be done on this farm. Like, I instantly
Did you
just
feel a
started
little
cutting
guilty?
up trees
Yeah.
and digging out ditches. And I was like, man, can't expect my mom to do all of this, because it's just so much to deal with, especially 40 acres, dude.
That's a lot.
And
I
think about
complain
like
my
square
house,
footage of like
shit.
the fence that goes around it. You got to walk it every single day. It's like it's a job. It's like
Yeah.
a full-time job, but yeah, man, it was nice to go out there and kind of see that greenery. Like Vegas I really don't feel that here in Vegas. It's very like sand and palm tree.
Great.
It's cool. Little, red rock and stuff like that. It's cool, but that greenery can't beat it sometimes.
You can't.
It's like it breathes life into you. You know what I mean? To be around it, you like.
It's so vibrant.
Yeah, for sure.
All of the different colors and the green. Like when the green really pops when the sun hits it, and then you can see the difference if there's a cloud in the sky,
Right.
And like the sun is hitting this part, and then the clouds is hitting this part, and it's kind of dark
Ridiculous.
and gloomy, and it's a different
Yeah.
type of green, and it's like holy fuck, man.
Yeah.
Vegas, we don't get too much.
Right.
We don't get too much, man.
Right.
That's one
It's like
thing.
its own beauty, right? Like it's its own like dark orange.
It depends on how long
mountain.
you've been here. Being born and raised here, I don't really get to appreciate the beauty that Vegas has because it's so familiar. Right. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's like next, let me do something else. Plus, I became one with the water, man. So there's not really much here.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
just
so
like,
true.
Yeah.
That's so true. What made you choose Vegas? Or where did you start it from?
What do you mean?
Where were you born? Sorry.
Oh,
Started from.
Vegas. Born and raised.
Really?
Where did you start it from?
Yeah, I was like, what is he, a business? Like, what am I saying?
Yeah, born and raised in Vegas. So
That Billy's kicking my ass right
yeah, and Billy is that
He's in
motherfucking
my
guy,
head.
man. He's like, yeah, motherfucker. Where did you get started from, huh? But no, born and raised in Vegas, man. And then,
Nice.
I don't know how I ended up being in the water in the military, but it was dope.
Okay.
It was scary as fuck, but it was fun.
So as like you've seen Vegas start from scratch then.
I have.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like that's pretty crazy. What do you think about how Vegas has transformed over all these years?
I see there's not really much room for the middle ground. You gotta have some deep pockets to
so
be
true.
able to stay out here. So it's like if you don't plant your seed somehow in this city, you're gonna get left behind quickly, as we're seeing.
Right.
I went from, you can go get an apartment for $500 in a nice neighborhood for a 1-bedroom to now they're like fucking $1,800, $1,900.
For what?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, is this an ocean front?
Yeah. Well,
This
it's like I look at
Miami,
these fucking
5
rocks
minutes from
again.
the beach. Yeah. For what? Is the school system really good in that area?
Fuck no.
The healthcare?
It's crazy. It's like the city is made to fail. So if you don't have a business out here that's succeeding with ever-changing times and inflation that's fucking us all up,
Right.
or if you don't own some type of fucking land or a house, real estate, something, it's gonna. I see it going up so much and see it getting so expensive that the younger generation is not gonna be able to do anything but fucking either struggle like everybody in LA does and San Diego does and shit, or move.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
And it's too late. You can't buy a house now. It's too late. You're at the top of this. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this stock is going to boom. You don't buy it here. Now you really want to buy it, and it's here. That's the housing price right now.
Yeah.
And actually nobody's buying houses right now. And it's still like expensive.
Yeah, which is weird. Everybody's been waiting for like at least like a 20% pullback on the market because of everything that's happened. And it has dropped off from how high it was for sure.
Right.
But excuse me, people are still expecting it to drop off a little bit more, or even, like I said, 20% more. And I don't think it's going to happen, man.
At least something down from COVID. You know what I mean? They're just, they're stuck gung-ho at the top up there, which, I guess I can't blame them. When prices go up, usually they stay up. They rarely come down.
Basic economics, supply and demand. But the dirty thing is that, these big ass corporations like BlackRock is coming around and just buying fucking everything.
Right.
And they're throwing cash out and they're paying 10,
Oh,
20%
yeah, entire communities.
overpriced.
They're buying
it's
entire
like,
communities.
how can we, the people, keep up with that?
Right.
There's no
we
fucking
can't.
way.
Absolutely not.
There's no fucking
Absolutely
way.
not. And yeah, they would rather sell all day to, a huge company like that in droves of 10, 15, rather than, trying to sell an individual house to an individual buyer and,
Try to make it affordable.
God.
Try to make it a reasonable process for people that are trying and working their ass off.
yeah.
And that's unfortunately what I see Vegas is a city that doesn't give a fuck about its people.
Right.
They're more, as they always have been, about the tourists and the money coming in and out of the market.
Right.
And they don't really care about us. So I am gonna try my best to fuck this city before it fucks me. Because there's fucking opportunity though.
Yeah.
There is opportunity.
It seems very geared towards the casinos, unfortunately.
For now.
And that's, that's an unbiased opinion. I don't want to make any casinos mad when they hear this.
Fuck them
like,
casinos.
I mean, honestly, man, it's like they really take a big toll away from this city as far as, how good our education system is. It's just like we could do so much better, like 100%.
For as much money as coming through this market, you're telling me we can't pay these teachers more money and then actually have a better, like more focus driven when it comes to the education system.
Right.
To be dead last dead last in the country.
Right.
That doesn't seem right. No. I would think, no offense, but I would think a smaller town, you know, with less money going through and shit like that would be in a better state in terms of education than Las Vegas.
So true. Yeah. Man.
Gotta put the whistle a little bit. Shit. Cottonmouth fucking just came in and was like, oh!
I know, I've gotten waves and waves of it.
Fucking Billy. Fucking Billy, man. So tell me about how'd you get behind the camera, man? You said you spent some time in Denver. Before that, Virginia. Before we move on, did you wrestle in high school in Virginia?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You were on the farm.
Yep.
And you were wrestling.
Yep.
No wonder you went to state, man. You were just one of them fucking them corn-fed white boys.
Yeah, I definitely
all
wasn't
the hard
as
work
bulky,
and
but,
shit.
you know.
You were just fucking strong, 120 pounds of just raw steel.
So at that point, it was just like 120 versus 120. It was just like the two skinny cousins at the family reunion kind of tossing around. But it was a lot based on like, you know, technique at that point. It wasn't like sheer force or weight.
Yeah.
You know, that person couldn't just like plop on top of you. Mm-hmm. You know, when we were practicing, we would switch between people to wrestle, and you know, you don't always have a ton of people in your weight class to do that with. So it's like
you always gotta wrestle.
You gotta wrestle. Yeah, I was wrestling like 180s, 200s. I was like almost dying. You know what I mean?
That shit sucks.
Yeah,
people have no idea like how hard wrestling is, but if you want to get more specific, how heavy a person is until they're fucking chest to chest with you applying pressure.
Totally.
Oh, it's like, you just got real fucking heavy.
You can't even breathe. Like like your rib cage will not expand.
Exactly.
And then when you realize that, you're like,
now anxiety
all the
sets
power is
in
gone from your body.
You're
like
scared.
You know,
you just want to give up.
And
then the little voice inside of you says, "Don't be a bitch."
For sure. And then that's when like adrenaline hits, and it's like, I don't even need this oxygen.
Yeah,
you know?
I can breathe at a 30% capacity. Fuck it, I'll fucking die for this. That's how wrestlers are, man.
Right.
And that's like, it's hard to compete with that.
For sure.
I remember when I was doing BJJ, there was this 16-year-old kid that wrestled in his high school class, and him and I would just go at it. We were like the same size, and I remember like he would want the smoke all the time, and we would always draw. He was like such a strong, fucking determined kid.
Damn.
And I remember.
How old were you at the time?
Bro, this is last year.
16 versus
28 at the time.
Okay, sorry. I was like, actually, I don't know how old you are.
He was keeping up, man.
Dang.
Well, excuse me. There was times when he was just beating my ass, and I was just trying to survive, and then it would flip. I remember we would wrestle after class, you know, no time limit, and just go. And I remember we went for like 13 fucking minutes. And we both looked at each other like it just said, all right, man, we're good for today.
Right.
You fucking walk away like that and shit. Your whole body hurts. Feels like you used every muscle in your entire body.
Why do you, we were talking earlier and you were saying that a lot of it was kind of like with the neck. Like what specifically was like irritating your neck when you were?
Oh, it was nothing. I
okay.
just could see the long-term effects, constantly pulling down on the neck, and then maybe somebody accidentally slams you, you know, suplexes you, and you fucking come down on your neck. I was like, man, I'd rather kind of just stay on the ground. Yeah, you know, just weighing pros and cons of being.
That really never happened.
No
wrestling, yeah, no. But
I was still doing that shit.
Like in pro wrestling, I can probably imagine it does.
But I know the pulling down on the neck, that shit was fucking weighing on my neck.
I've seen some different things, so I don't know. But they were pretty strict, and maybe because it was high school where they like didn't want us to hurt each other like that, you know. But we still got some. I
was wrestling a lot with people that were training to fight MMA, so they were like, the boys were rough.
Yeah.
They were rough, and then I get competitive, and it's so much fucking fun.
That's what we wanted to do at the end of the day, but I was like, oh, I guess I'll wrestle. You know?
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, wrestling, that shit is the best foundation for fighting, period.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's more important than any striking, any grappling, anything. just wrestling, because you guys are built different, bro. Like, your
sure.
guys' engine, your motor, it just never fucking turns off, and you just, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are taught to just smother.
Right.
Just fucking smother him
For
until
sure.
they
Constant
quit, until they
control,
give up.
You know, very specific control, having your arms and legs locked in. You know,
That's so fucking
the
strong.
leg lock is probably one of the keyest parts, where it's just you become like latched onto them like a backpack, you know, and they can't get you off of them. You know what I mean? That's when you just lock it in and it's just over. You know, it's so hard to have defense at that point.
Oh, it is, man. As soon as somebody takes your back, it's fucking. There's so many things you could do. I'm thinking from a BJJ perspective, you could get to rear naked. You can go from armbar. There's so many things, and I'm a newbie at this shit still. So imagine if somebody actually knows what they're doing. They're gonna fucking put their dick in your mouth, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Dude, absolutely.
It's like, you're gonna suck my dick right now. You're just like, you motherfucker, get the fuck off of me.
There's one specific pin in wrestling that's like highly sought after because it presents your back shoulder blades so you can roll them. You can roll them back and pin them. And you have
their feet will be in the air.
You basically have like this locked in.
Yeah.
And you're wrapping like their head right here and their leg up and over your arm right here, and you're locked in. And you just kind of bring it in closer and closer and closer like that. And at one point, you're staring at your knee, and it'd be like, kiss your knee.
Oh.
Just because they're right in your ear, right?
You might as well
like,
say uncle. Say uncle, you little bitch.
Like so
hold my pocket, you little motherfucker. Oh, man,
it's
that's
the wackest
grimy. I
experience
love it.
You know.
And I'm sure most wrestlers are on both ends. The receiving end and the fucking end saying, kiss your knee, bitch.
Yeah.
Or better
it pisses
yet,
you off, but you're like, oh,
yeah,
now I can do this.
Oh,
now
man.
I know how to do this.
That's part of the journey, right? Because for the first fucking year, you're kissing your knee. And then when you make that first person kiss their knee, you're in your head, you're like, yeah, you bitch, you have no fucking idea what I've gone through for this. Kiss it!
Yep. Oh my God. Yep. That's precisely what it felt like too. Yeah. Especially, you know, going year after year there, you know, your third year in there, you're like, okay. You see the newbie in the room, you're like, okay.
I'm gonna fuck him up. Yeah. Yep. Do you know who Jake Shields is?
Jake Shields. It sounds familiar.
Wrestler guy, former MMA fighter, UFC.
No.
Strike
No.
So I wrestle with him, and he's that fucking guy. Like, we're in between rounds picking our partners, and I was walking up to this group, and Jake was off training by himself or training with a separate group.
Right.
And then we both approached this group, and I looked at him, and he was like, hey, any of you guys want to go? And I looked at him, gave him like 2 seconds. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll go. He was like, so have you been doing this for a while, or are you good? I said, I'm a white belt with no stripes.
Oh.
He said, this is going to be fun.
Damn. You signed up for this?
He made me tap out about 12 or 13 times in 5 minutes. I was fighting for my life. He took me down the same way. It was fucked up. We started standing each time. He took me down the same way every single time, and there was nothing I could do about it.
Damn.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
Wait, so you guys were wrestling BJJ?
No, we were doing BJJ.
Okay.
Yeah, but we were starting standing.
Brain fart right now. What is BJJ separate from like MMA? Because I just
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so just grappling and submissions.
Right. Okay. What the hell? That's just like wrestling. I'm confused.
Pretty much. Wrestling is more so like pin focus and shit like that, right?
Okay.
That was a question. I'm asking.
No. You. Yeah. I would. Yeah. Okay.
Versus, there's no pinning in BJJ.
Oh, is it just tapping?
Yeah.
Oh.
It would choke you out, or you can go for like points and shit like that, depending on the tournament. I'm not the most educated 100% on like the tournaments and scoring systems,
and that might trail back to trying to stay safe in high school, like not having kids choke each other out and stuff like that. That's probably why it wasn't on the table.
Oh, you talking
probably
about
didn't want like high school kids going unconscious in the gym.
Well, I think it's fucked
You know
up.
what I'm saying? Just like
Wrestling,
little Timmys.
Wrestling, like same thing.
Like, get going out.
Imagine fucking somebody getting suplexed through the fucking the lunch table and
Dude.
shit. Oh, F5, bitch. It's like the same thing. I never understood why you could play football.
Yeah.
You can wrestle, but you can't do like BJJ or like fighting.
Right.
Why is that frowned upon? Or maybe that just goes back to Clark County being fucking cheap and not financially allocating enough funds to pursue things like that.
Which
and I don't know about Virginia and shit like that though.
How much did they make in, weed sales?
These motherfuckers, man.
Come on. I heard they had, I read like an article anyway. They said that they had a surplus in money. They just had.
How is that?
How do you have too much?
How do you have several groups, Culinary Union, SAG, that's going to play a big part in Vegas as we grow in these next few years and get the studios coming here. And then you have teachers on strike. How do you have all of these different groups of people on strike about money and we have a fucking surplus?
Right.
Something's not adding up to me.
So you're telling me you couldn't figure out how to spend the money?
They're like, man,
let me give you some ideas. Let's go.
So
let me take you around to some of these
casino.
playgrounds over here where it's like the slide is like, chained off or like completely like bolted off, where it's like, under construction for
or
like
there's
3
no
years.
fucking shade cover.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Have you ever been down a slide in July in Las Vegas?
Right.
With no shade cover? You're going to get fucked up.
And there's no community pool other than like literally you go to the YMCA, like you got to pay like $100 a year just to go swim, or Cowabunga Bay, go swim in, everybody's piss from around the town. I can't lie, I go. Don't get me wrong.
So I
know what I'm getting
Let me
into.
ask you about Cowabunga Bay. Which one do you go to first?
I've been to both.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Wet and Wild, but when it was Wet and Wild
By
before it was Cowabunga.
Gorman, right?
Huh?
By Gorman High School on the south west.
See, I didn't go to high school here, so I have no clue where the high schools are at.
Okay,
know what
are
I'm
you
saying?
talking about the Wet and Wild on the mountain?
On the mountain.
Southwest
Because there's
on the
one
mountain.
southwest. Yeah, and then there's one like kind of southeast, right, of Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to both of them.
All right, so
but I'm talking about the Wet and Wild that was at the southwest.
Perfect.
That became
Perfect.
Cowabunga. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Me too. So last time I went there, first of all, the place is very small. Kind of sucks.
Right.
But when I went there, I was like, maybe the last time 27, something like that. And it hit me. I said, fuck, it's just so much piss in here.
Right. It's
At what age do you start thinking like that? Like, fuck, all this
Yeah.
piss. And then at what age do you just say, fuck it?
yeah.
Because
I think all of
there's-
them.
I think
'cause
there's a gap.
I
Or
feel
does
like
it
we
happen
all
at
knew
the same
that.
time?
I feel like we all knew that. You're telling me when we were a little kid, we didn't think about this water just splashing up people's ass crack.
Fuck yeah,
And then
but we
just,
were
like,
also
going
like,
out
let me
into the
add my
pool,
piss to it. It's like, fuck it, let's see how much piss we can get in here.
Exactly.
And then you get older and it's like, fuck, man, like I know that kid is pissing right
Right.
now. Look at him.
Right.
And then it gets warm, it goes up your leg. And then,
Oh,
what are you going to do? You going to add to it or are you just going to keep swimming? Would you
Jesus.
pee?
I'd probably pee.
I would pee.
I'd probably pee.
Fuck that. If I know
Yeah.
that somebody else's pee is hitting me right now, I'm going to piss. It's
Yeah.
almost like a war.
Maybe I can pee it away.
Yeah.
You know,
At
can
least I'd
counteract.
rather be my own piss.
I'll just go like that in the water.
Ah, that's gross. That's gross, man. But no,
piss shield.
Cowabunga Bay is like, that one's trash. I've never been to the southeast. Is that
Yes,
one
I
better?
feel like that one's like a little nicer. It feels like a little newer. Wet
think-
and Wild over there, it just seems like beaten down by the sun. You know,
Man. You know, when they built that, like the first year, we were like, yeah, that's cool, man. Like I know they're gonna add to it. It's gonna get fucking awesome.
right?
No, we were wrong. That was it.
Oh God.
Yeah, they never added shit.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true. I thought when it switched over to Cowabunga Bay, I thought it was going to change a little bit. It's the exact same.
Same
That's
thing.
crazy.
Same colors.
Yeah, everything was the same. Yeah, everything was the
Ain't
same.
that a bitch?
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I can know that legit enough to say that on a podcast because it was separate by like 3 or 4 years. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
I feel that.
But still,
Even
Pretty
if that,
sure.
even if then, if the only thing you changed was the fucking colors, it's like, come on, bro.
yeah,
Come on.
for real. Add a new ride. Leave the colors. I don't care about the colors. I just care about the rides and the experience. You know what I mean? I think that's everybody.
But it's like they don't even have like the Bombay and the
And it was colder, dude. I forgot to mention that it was colder.
It was hella
Like
cold.
the wave pool was not as heated as the southeast one. It felt like the guy in the back that was like controlling the knob,
was
you
like,
know,
"Fuck
was like
these
staring
folks."
at the bill and he was like,
He's like, yeah, fuck the game.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll leave earlier.
69, 68.
That's fucked up. Yeah, man. So tell me, I asked you before, but I kind of cut you off. When did you get into the whole? I thought you set your camera up, but when did you grab a camera? Has that been something you've always been into? Or?
Yeah, it's so me and my brother made this like little short film when I was like maybe like 14, 13 or something like that. We just shot it in the woods.
Nice.
It was really dumb, stupid, short, was like a minute. And it was back when we just had like a tape camera. So it was like all the editing had to be done on the tape. You know what I mean? Like getting a computer and uploading it, it wasn't even like a thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And at least not for us little kids playing around with this camera. But I remember after just like watching it and just like being involved with it, I was like, oh my God, like I just want to, I want to do this. You know what I mean? With like a nicer camera. Mm-hmm. And, I wish I could have had this or had that in it. And then I remember I took my mom's camera out, I think around like 16 years old. It was kind of like a camera, pretty much like that one right there. Just smaller camera, lens would just come out a little bit. But the pictures were like crisp, dude. They were like 28 megapixels. So it was a pretty decent camera. And it had sleet. I don't even know if sleeted is a word, but it's sleet. So it was just like layers and layers and layers of like this ice and snow that accumulated on like pine trees and oak trees out of nowhere. So everything was like frozen in time. I grabbed my mom's camera. I went out there. She was like, please God, don't get it wet. And I was like, all right, I'll try. Cut to like 20 minutes later. I'm like,
she's going to beat my fucking ass.
Please work. Fortunately, nothing happened, but I got some dope pictures. Like I even pulled them up recently because I found like a memory card back when I was visiting recently, and I'm getting dry mouth at that. When I went back and visited, and I looked at them, and dude, they were sick. They were sick photos. I was like, oh my God, like. And it was back when I would take a picture, and I wouldn't think about, do I have this much filled in my frame or fill in my frame, or is there enough, this or that? I would just kind of point and shoot, and dude, there's something cool in that. There's like a specific little art in that, you know what I mean? I could almost see like you just give somebody a camera who knows nothing about photography, and they could get some really, really cool pictures from like very cool perspectives, but just doing that, from that little film, taking those photos, it definitely just gave me this huge drive to want to just kind of start doing it for, a living. Because when I would edit these videos and photos and stuff like that, it just brought me so much, I don't know, that release of endorphin for sure. Mm-hmm. Like once it's finished and you're just like, oh my God, this is exactly how I want it. Especially when everything you make just gets better and better and better because you're just learning. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I didn't go to school, you know what I mean, for this. And that's not a brag by any means. Like I wish I could totally go to school, but the payout for that, I just don't know. I just don't know.
Different journeys for different folks.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, I would want to go like business administration, mm-hmm. and like I said, keep that like that gym art of not knowing everything, but learning just as much as I need to produce what I want. If that makes sense. So.
Oh, 100%. That's exactly what I did for the podcast.
Right.
Learn how to do the edits just enough to be able to get my shit out.
Just the bare minimum.
I excel in the fucking numbers in the accounting side, but we're opposites.
Right. No, I like the setup. This is a sick setup. The lighting's awesome.
Appreciate it, man. This came a long way. This came a long way, man. I'm very proud of where I'm at today, and I'm very excited for what the future holds. Yeah. But I'm gonna enjoy this fucking ride, man.
Right.
I understand that it's not always gonna be perfect. I'm not always gonna have the multi shots like I used to.
Right.
Life starts lifing, and you gotta do what you can and pivot and give it your best.
Yeah.
So But soon, when you come back and I have a bucket full of fucking beer up here and we got the angles and shit and it's going fucking crazy. Matter of fact, you could bring your cameras and we can
count
try
mine
to get
an
like
angle.
a four-way angle and just do some crazy shit.
Right.
But that's 2024, man. It's right around the corner, and I'm gonna lock in. After this podcast, I'm gonna be done for the rest of the year. I want to drop yours and Oscars, but I want to focus on tuning this shit up, getting it where I want it, you know, spending a little bit of money and buying the little things that I need, and get back to having 4 people in the seats. Because one, it's fucking fun. It's so fun to have myself and 3 of my buddies. I've had 6 or 7 people on the podcast and we're sharing mics and shit and we're just talking shit. It's so much fun. You get a little fucked up,
just let loose,
smoke a little bit of weed, drink a little bit of beer, have a good ass time, man. And that's what people want. People want to hear authentic ass conversations. People don't want to hear some forced ass bullshit. They want to hear like what you're passionate about, what you're really focused on, what your goals are, what you're driving towards, or just some funny ass shit. I try to give them both. But yeah, man. So you got the fire ass pictures, you know, just from a novice perspective, and then where did you go from there?
You know, I think it was around 2017, because I took a break. Like once I left, you know, high school, I kind of stopped messing around with taking pictures. I was on and off, dude. I would have one in my closet. I would take out every now and then. But it was around 2017. I was just like seeing social media just start to really kind of develop commercially as far as like advertising goes and creating a page as a business and kind of the potential to combine photography and videography with social media and create, you know, basically joining in what was becoming Instagram and YouTube shorts and reels and stuff like that. But back in that old, you know, 16:9 form. God, I always get them backwards. Is it 9:16 or 16:9? I don't know.
It's one of those motherfuckers. We know what you're talking about, though.
Kicking me in the brain cells again. Damn you, Billy.
He's kicking all our asses.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So the old school Instagram.
Yeah. So I like 2017. I was like, man, I want to kind of start doing this for businesses. I started doing it for a pizza shop, and we were making some videos. I was taking pictures, designing like a new menu for their restaurant and stuff like that. And at this time, I had basically wanted to like quit my job at the time, which I was working like in a meat department. And I was like, man, I just really want to kind of like have a creative, you know, career. And I'm never going to have one if I don't just like, you know, jump in there, you know, and just grab something, you know, and, you know, lucky enough, this pizza shop, you know, needed some, you know, photography and videography, and it was paying off. Like we were getting like a ton of new customers who were basically coming in just because they saw like a video online that was featuring like a sale that they were doing that we kind of went over prior to the video dropping. So we kind of did like a little bit of a marketing, you know, plan in there, and it would pay off. So, once I saw that and saw the fruits of that, it was kind of like so addicting at that point where it's like, how can I hop into a company and just get those numbers up? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just at this one little tweak, you know, it's like you have this big mainline pipe and you have a bunch of water coming into it, but there's just this block, you know what I mean, where you're not advertising to that, you know. All these people behind that block would come and shop at your company, but there's this big block right there right now, you know what I mean? And unless you address that, you know, it's going to stay blocked, you know, and it sounds cheesy, and it sounds like a scam or something like that, but it's like 9 times out of 10 marketing is like a key factor in business that I think a lot of people just were overlooking, especially at that time, and still a little bit now. You know what I mean? This whole AI thing, I think, is just going to revolutionize our society. Combine that with the recent achievements in, nuclear reactors and Also, whatchamacallit, it's Fusion. Oh my God. I'm like spacing on it right now because of Dan Billy. But yeah. Oh my God, what is the name of it? I'm trying to think. It's like it creates plasma and it's spinning it around in a like a donut sphere. Oh my God, what is it called?
PRP type stuff.
It's a fusion. It's not a fission. It's a fusion. Nuclear fusion reactor. Oh my God.
Okay.
I had fusion, but I couldn't figure out reactor.
Fusion reactor. Got you.
The recent achievements in fusion reactors is pretty crazy too. Like they just turned one on in Japan, and it's like fully functional, and it's actually producing energy. I don't know if they're running it like full, like nonstop right now, but it performed well enough to where I guess they're gonna attempt that, something like that. But yeah, I mean, you combine free energy with AI. I mean, I think the options are going to be absolutely endless. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to be negatively affected. You know what I mean?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's going to happen so fast.
As a creator, I feel like that is almost mitigating the want and need for human creators, because you could have, like you said, a limitless supply of anything that this computer can make. And I feel like that's not fair to musicians and actors and videographers and photographers and any person that's creating anything, because you have this computer that can do it instantly. How do you compete with that? Now you could say, well, my brain, the creation in my mind is what separates the two. Yeah, AI can do some shit, but my brain is going to do something way better. And unfortunately, it's also one of those things I feel like you got to get with it or get lost, because it's fucking coming and it's not going to stop. So how do you feel like we can maximize AI going forward as a creator yourself?
Yeah, I think you just got to hop on the train. Because if you're too busy yelling at the train, you're going to get left behind. You'll be stuck at the tracks, and you'll be wishing that you were on the train. And that's coming from someone who's, we're all going to be affected. Every single one of us is going to be affected. You know what I mean? But I think it's cool because you can say, okay, if you want to do this yourself, say you own your own business and you want to design your own logo and yada, 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 you still have to know the parameters in which you need a logo, how to send that logo to somebody in a proper format. Are you getting a proper format from your, AI software that you're using? You got to know what you're doing in all of these steps, and you'll find yourself doing hours and hours of research. And if you're a business owner, it's like, that's not going to make sense. So I think as far as like a lot of creatives being affected by it, I can't really see it happening too soon, because I don't think these people have the time to deal with it in general, that are paying for this kind of thing. Like, I think they know that they could probably figure it out if they wanted to, but they're specifically paying because it's like a convenience type thing. So I could see it affecting like pricing, like making things cheaper. But if you can take this new AI software or even this new AI potential and combine it with your talent already, you'll be at such an advantage of somebody that, that's kind of, again, kind of so mad you don't use it. You know what I mean? I don't mean to imply that you're, doing that by any means. I hope I'm not.
Oh, no, not at all.
I don't think you think that, but still, I just want to make sure.
I kind of feel like TikTok. That was the thing that just happened where I could have got on there and just boomed. But I remember there was some infiltration with the Chinese, man.
For sure. It sounded sketch, dude.
And I was just like, man, I can't do it. I downloaded TikTok, post my first video, the podcast and shit. It did fantastic. Next day, my fucking account got hacked. I said, fuck that. It's got to go. It's got to go.
It got hacked? How? Like, you tried to log in and...
I don't know if there was any correlation at all, but it was actually Facebook that got hacked. But it happened coincidentally around the same time I downloaded TikTok. So I don't know if my information was just let out. So Yeah, I was like, yeah, man, I can't.
Yeah, because a lot of these apps are communicating with each other without us even knowing, you know, and I think Apple's been kind of hinting at that recently where it's like, it'll come up and say, hey, am I allowed to talk to other apps? And you're like,
fuck
hey,
no.
What? Like,
no.
You don't need that, you know, or can I have access to all of your photos? And it's like, all 10,000 of them, you know, your whole entire iCloud. It's like, no, like what? No, you know, but it like will punish you if you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't lie. There's some of them where
to go in a certain direction.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It's like it pushes you in there.
At what point do we just say, you know what, fuck it, man?
Yeah.
If my identity or my credit or anything or my money or my bank accounts or anything is going to be infiltrated, it's going to fucking happen.
And it's only going to get worse, I feel like. It's only going to get more. So they've been using, what they'll do is they'll call somebody's, like, say, son, call their son, have a fake conversation with them, just enough to get some kind of words from them. They'll feed that into an AI, call the grandmother who's 82, you know, they do a background check on these people.
Yeah.
So they set it up like that where it's like, oh, well, then we'll call, you know, so-and-so, and then... so they call her, use his voice. Hey, Grandma, I'm in a real tight. I'm about to be homeless. If I don't pay in the next 5 hours, I'm going to be, you know, they're going to up my, you know, they're going to double charge me for rent. You know, can I please just get $1,200? Just send it, you know, send it to this, you know. Oh, I'll do that right away. You know, especially when it's the same voice. Like, I cannot imagine how like robbed you would feel. You know, that's not like someone coming and like points a gun at you and like, give me all your money, and you give them the $250 that's in your, just so happens to be in your wallet. This is $1,200 wired. They used an AI. Dude, I can't imagine how like scared I would feel after that, where it's like, I'm gonna change all my passwords. I'm gonna just change like bank accounts.
I'm not even gonna answer the phone.
Dude,
I press deny so much because most of the time it's scammers.
Right.
Anytime you answer the phone and it goes, bloop,
yeah.
Oh, fuck, here we go. And, oh, you don't even know my name.
Right.
Why are you calling me? You don't even know my name.
Dude, some businesses don't even have like phone numbers anymore. Like, I cannot even call and talk to a regular person. It's like, if you'd like to talk to the billing department, press 1. If you'd like to, and it's like, it's literally you go and press and press and press, and you cannot get to a real person. It's like, sometimes it's like straight torture.
Yeah.
You know, and especially when you get to the end, you think you can hit 0 a bunch of times and you get to talk to somebody.
It doesn't work anymore.
No, this is a company that doesn't even have a real person. You know what I mean?
You're whatever
it's like,
you do.
Oh my God.
Oh man, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But that's also one of those things. As a business owner, are you going to pay for somebody to fucking pick up that phone, or are you just going to install the software that fucking puts you on the ever loop of bullshit?
Yeah.
Until you just hang up and go fucking Yelp them.
God. Yeah.
Fucking 3 stars, man. The food was great, but god damn it.
God.
They would have answered the goddamn phone.
Oh my God.
That's good shit, man.
I feel like that's gone down a lot. Like, the responsibility of businesses to like serve their customers in a proper way. It's like you just get what you get, you know, and you're lucky for it. You know what I mean? You go like rent a car nowadays, and it's like, yeah, well,
it's $7,000.
You booked this, but this is just all we got. You know, it's like I literally booked it 4 or 5 days ago. You know, it's just, you know, somebody drove away with it. Like, what? What does that even mean? Why do I even book it? You know, it's like I
get this one and it costs more.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. And he like makes me feel like a dick, you know, when I'm there asking for the car that I booked. You know what I mean? Like, and I want that car. Like, I can't.
Sorry, man. The fucking Mustang's not here.
Oh.
What do you want me to do? I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best for you.
And see, I hear that and then I calm down. I'm like, okay, see, I'm being a dick, you know.
It's like, I guess I should have double booked it. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I'm getting older, and, you know, it's crazy. When I was younger, I was like, dude, everyone that's old, so cranky, bro. Like, I'm never going to be like that. Like, when I get older, I'm chilling, dude. It's whatever. You know, if bad stuff happens, it happens, you know. Now I'm like, I have a flat tire on the side of the road, and I'm like, God damn fucking boy, you know, like,
motherfucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I wish I would have just known earlier what this what this life truly entailed.
What it was throwing at us.
You know, high school is like this, you know, just complete just sham, you know, over your eyes until they just kick you out of there, and then it's like you're exposed to the real world.
I blame the fucking movies. The movies, they paint these pictures.
Yeah, you know, and I was just thinking that too, actually.
Of just like either pure happiness, pure bliss, pure joy, or pure hell.
Right.
And then so there's these stigmas about high school bullies.
Right.
You're getting slammed up against lockers and shit
Right.
like that. It's like, I don't know what was going down in the 1950s in America, but damn it, nobody was really getting slammed up against lockers and
Right.
shit. Maybe
Right.
in the locker room, you're on the football team and you're getting hazed and shit.
True.
Yeah, that shit happens.
True.
But at least in Las Vegas, you ain't getting slammed up against lockers. I feel like it was more popular, at least when I was going through high school, to be a nerd now. It's like, if you're bullying, you're a piece of shit. You're going to get, like, there are bullies.
Yeah.
There was this one cat in high school, his name was Ezra. And if you went to high school with him, you knew he was a bully. He'll be your friend. He'll still rob you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah.
And he'll, to your face, you'll kick it with him all period. He'll be like, all right, and also, man, you need to run at $10. And it's like, come on, bro, really?
Wow. He would just like straight up like demand money? Is that what you're saying? Like it was that kind of bully? We'll go.
Slight
$10
exaggeration, but fuck yeah, no. But I'm not like,
Damn.
he'll take your shit. He'll take
Watch
your
what
shit
you
for
say,
sure.
dude, because he's watching this
I
right now.
don't give a fuck. Watch this shit, man. You better subscribe too.
he's gonna
Shit,
come after
with your
you,
big
dog.
ass. He's like, man, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you again.
You just hear a car door close outside.
I'm like, God damn, he got here fucking fast. How did he even know? His fucking bully senses were tingling.
Dude,
Just
so
showed up.
I like the Tesla. That was pretty dope.
It's not mine.
What? Oh, it's not yours?
No,
oh,
man.
shit, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's not mine. Shout out to my little cousin, man. He worked his
okay.
ass off getting that.
Damn,
No,
okay.
man, I'm rocking with the Chevy Cruze, the Chevy Caprice in the garage. But Tesla's on the way.
Okay.
Tesla is on the way. 2024. Some shit's going down.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab me
Specifically a
little-
Tesla? That's like your...
That's what I want, man. Yeah, that is what I want. So
Yeah.
when I do my Spartan races, I can get on the highway, put that bitch in autopilot, and I'm just fucking chilling. you
Right.
know? If I want to try along, I can do that, and just let the car do its thing on the way to my races and shit.
Right.
That's what I envision. Me just be out in the open road, the
That
car
sounds
driving
dope.
itself and shit.
That sounds super
I
dope,
see the
actually.
see-through sunroof and
Right.
shit, and I'm just looking at the
Right.
fucking the
Yeah,
sun and shit.
they're really nice on the inside, just how they're set up.
Roomy, man.
You know
There's
what
a lot
I mean?
of space. I feel like
yeah.
there's a lot of room for activities and
Right.
shit.
Oh, for sure. And it feels like a modern interior. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like this Ford 2000, 23 interior that just looks all right. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, like I feel like these auto manufacturers could go so much more, hard in the interior space, like specifically in the dash. Like
A lot of times the dashes are pretty fucking
I don't
bare.
get it. Like, why are
Bare
you
and
trying to
boring.
get in the interface business? Like, you are not.
You're talking
you're not
specifically-
Sony. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
talking
Like
about
you're a car
specifically for that.
manufacturer,
Gotcha.
and you're trying to set up like a menu in this car, and it's so stupid. Like they need to hand it
Source
over
out.
to like Apple or something, and just
Yeah.
say, hey, we don't know what we're doing here. Why don't you guys handle it? And they're like, yeah, we'll put some OLED in there. We'll have it instantly, connect to an iPhone. Like there's so many different things that you could do.
To take advantage of.
oh my
Back
God.
what we were saying back to the AI and taking advantage.
Yeah, just put your iPad in there.
And
Take
just
it out when
sinks
you're
in,
done.
yeah.
Oh man, so many options.
Man, how long until like our face and our description, our date of birth and our fucking social and our height and weight just pops up like on the windshield? Cops just walk by the windshield and just.
Right,
So, man, I'm about to make that. I'm gonna get that patent. man.
100% gonna happen. 100. I've been like surprised that it
It's safer for
doesn't
the
already
cops,
exist.
Safer for the people.
You know,
They
yeah.
don't, don't give me shit. I'm just gonna pop
Right.
it up put it into the little dash, into the app and shit, and it's
Right.
gonna pop up on the top left side of your windshield.
Right. At that point, it would be like, why does he even have to approach the car? You know what I mean?
True. They could just like send
Be
it
like
over like fucking
interior
Bluetooth.
camera just comes on.
Airdrop your shit, bro.
Dude.
Airdrop your information over here. I'm not getting out. I don't trust
For
you.
real.
But then you like both sides. The cops aren't beating people. Cops aren't getting shot.
True, no
shit like that.
contact. You can't get each other sick.
No COVID,
Yeah,
hey,
the COVID, yeah.
man, we're fucking
Throw that
solving
one in there.
problems right now. Shit. They need to hire us too. We're about
Right.
to make some fucking dough right now.
Dude, and I think that's the thing is like we have all this, free energy at our disposal and we're just not using it properly. You know what I mean? It just drives me nuts, dude.
We're not a cohesive unit. I feel like we're so money driven that we're all
Right.
divided in so many different subcategories
Right.
and shit like that. That if we were just got all on one page, it would fucking just
Like,
be
absolutely.
smooth. It'd be smooth, man.
Yeah.
But that's asking for too much because people with the fat pockets want to get fatter pockets, and the people that are struggling are just trying to motherfucking get by.
Because we're at that point where, we have AI that could, ruin all these creative jobs. It sucks, but let's think about the positives of AI. You could have an entire facility that just produces lettuce beginning to end completely through automation. Like all robots from beginning to end, germinating the seeds, planting them, growing them, spinning them through
wanted to
hydroponic.
take over like
boom.
that immediately?
dude. Well, you're talking about saving like a hunger crisis, that exists like in our country today, which is just like, it sounds so crazy to say it because like, it almost feels like it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? But I hear it all the time. They like, they play it nonstop through radio, commercials and through my works speaker system as well. So it's like I hear it like 15, 20 times a day. You know what I mean? Like, you can donate to our community and solve the hunger, problems that we're facing and so it's bashed into my head. So I know it exists and it just drives me nuts.
They guilt trip you on that shit.
Okay, we have free energy. Okay, we have great technology. We have just an easy fix here. Just the initial investment will be like, oh my God, so expensive. But dude, like, you think that would come before a stadium or a casino or and those are privately owned. So yes, they can build as they'd like, but there was a surplus in money. You know what I mean? Like, come on, there's so many opportunities that we can kind of
Fix some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answers are in front of us.
But the problem is that the people with all the money don't want problems fixed.
Right.
You fix problems, that's less money for them.
Right.
You get rid of diabetes, now the insulin, well, the manufacturers and the people that are selling all that shit, now they're not making their trillions of dollars.
Dude, and this stresses me out because it's like, I want to like capitalism. I do like America.
But to a fucking point, bro. We gotta cap that shit.
But where does the graph go from here? Housing prices, food prices, our wage.
Gas. Well, gas is finally coming back down, and then wages. Yeah, like you said, it was $8.25 for a long time minimum wage.
Yeah.
Fucking how does your salary go up 25% in the last 25 years, but housing prices goes up like 400%?
Again, like it always has to be. Sorry, just get it out. It always has to be clarified that the minimum wage is like what you would make to survive, right? So if you're not, $11.25 is like our current
minimum wage.
I think
You would have to go rob a fucking bank every month to pay your bills if you were making $11.25.
dude, that's insane.
After taxes, you're making
Even
probably
40
about
hours.
$390 a
That's
week.
a joke. That's a joke.
$1,400 a
Rent.
month, and we were just talking about rents. That's about rent.
Yeah.
For a one bedroom, you're paying your
Yeah.
entire month's fucking salary.
Yeah.
What about food?
Yeah.
What about electricity?
Yeah.
What about water? What if you have a kid? Holy
Yeah.
fuck. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable, and even pushing it up to 15, that's still not. It's not moving the needle much.
So I hope we do that. I hope we take all this new technology and information, and I hope we just turn it into a positive, and maybe the elite will, loosen their grip just a little bit.
They're like, we gotta give these motherfuckers a little bit.
We'll let them eat a little
Just
bit.
a
Like,
little.
come on, man. It's just food. That's what I'm saying. Like lettuce. I mean, come on. It's like a joke already. I mean, I'm sure you could grow like a squash that has like, more nutrients than say lettuce or something like that. But the point is,
No, these dirty motherfuckers are like, no, just plant corn.
corn. Yeah, corn. Shit. Don't give them an idea.
Yeah, plant corn. We're just gonna be eating and shitting corn. So there was a question in the military. My buddy goes, what if you go on like a week cleanse and you completely cleanse your system and then all you eat is corn? Will you just shit out corn?
Oh, I think that's a chewing issue a lot. Because if the corn is coming through with full shell, you have not chewed enough, my sir.
True.
I seriously think
but
that's the
they're
case.
small. What if you just drink it? And
Right.
shit? Are you just gonna
my
just
God.
like sitting on the toilet shooting out fucking corns?
The cream of corn, dude, sign me up, dude. I'd be just chugging that. I'd be like, well, that and potatoes, right? I think you can survive on corn alone. I think you do get like a minor deficiency, and then same with potatoes. I think you get. No, I think potatoes is legit. You can survive on potatoes, but I could be wrong.
Potatoes, you get a very small amount of protein. You get a lot of potassium. You get your carbs in. They're not too fatty.
Yeah,
Not
a
too
professor
much fat.
did it for a year to prove his point
Just
or whatever.
potatoes?
Just potatoes.
Damn, I could do that. Like different
Yeah.
forms of potatoes. You could fucking mash
Fry
them.
them,
you could
mash
fry
them, dude. Oh, I love
Oh, I'll
potatoes,
fuck
bro.
some shit
Yeah.
up, bro. I like all forms. All forms.
I like raw potato, bro. Is
All
that
right,
weird?
All right, you're
Is that weird?
pushing it a
It's
little
got
bit.
a crunch, dude.
It's
got
not
like
good,
its own
bro.
crunch, bro.
It's not good.
It's hella
It's
good.
not good at
bro,
all.
It's hella good. I'm telling you.
You bite into it, and then
I'm
no matter
telling you, dude.
how good you clean it, you bite into it, it's still a little dirty.
So in Virginia, we would have
What type of potato?
just like a Idaho fucking russet.
Alright,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I fuck with the russets. I fuck with the
Yeah, I bet
Idahos.
those little small like purple ones would be pretty dope too. But I haven't tried.
You're
those.
you're talking about your farm raised potatoes, like you're
Well, I mean, we had a bunch
shit.
of like farms around us that would give us, excess like vegetables and stuff like that. They're literally like
You guys are
we
trading and shit?
We grew way too much. Then
Yeah.
we could eat, sell. Here you go. Like just take it before it, spoils.
Oh,
Bro, I would just be smashing bell peppers, just like not even like taking it out, knocking the seeds
clean
out.
it?
I'd just be like eating around the seeds, like just taking no time at all because I was just
You didn't have
munching them,
time for
dude.
that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just munching them.
You gotta
bro.
get through them before they got
That and I
bad.
was like out in the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care if seeds fall everywhere. Who cares?
Spitting them and shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I fuck with vegetables pretty hard. I haven't eaten a lot recently,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I need to eat more.
That's another thing in Vegas, man. Like we're very limited. Like
For
we
sure.
can't really make shit out here.
Seems like everything we get here too is like dipped in like some formaldehyde bath that just like makes it
subpar.
last forever. You know what I mean?
Let me get an apple. It's gonna last. Well, let me get like a fucking banana. It's gonna
Right.
last like 13 fucking months.
Right.
It's like, damn, is that motherfucker ever gonna get brown?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, man. I think a lot of people are confused as to how long it takes for a product to get from like manufacturing or processing to, their table.
It's destination.
You'd be
yeah.
very surprised.
Because you
know
gotta
what I
pull
mean?
it from the farm, and
like
then
a
it
chicken
goes
breast. People are like
Oh,
thinking that
yeah.
it's like, it's just down the street,
Mm-hmm.
shipped down. No, hell no. That chicken might have been
on ice for a
in
little minute.
Idaho, shipped to China to be pieced up, shipped back. You know what I mean? It's not guaranteed. I can't, I would never get into like actually saying like brands and stuff that do this, but meat, for instance, like subprimals specifically that are sealed get 45 days after their pack date. So you could technically eat a cow that was butchered a good month, before
That's
you're
crazy.
eating it.
It's just sitting on ice, just frozen.
Not even, just kept at like refrigeration because it's sealed. You know what I mean? It's in its own, vac pack environment. It's well thought out and it works. It's not like that steak is going to make you sick.
But it's just
anything
there's
like
a
that.
difference. There's
Dude.
a big fucking difference.
You would be so surprised, like especially because dry aging exists. If kept at the right temperature and in the right environment, like a steak, you could essentially, even like one that's taken out of that vac pack, cut and put in one of those environments, it would still be good after 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Even if it started to get a little bit of mold on it, you can literally just scrape the mold off, and eat that steak, and that steak will have so much flavor. It's just mind-boggling to like understand that. I think it makes you feel better about like that whole, you know, it takes a long time for it to get, you know, to the customer, because there are specific points where it actually might benefit in like say tenderness or yeah. And not only that, like being able to provide like a cheap price, right? You're buying a cow that was like slaughtered yesterday and it was like grass fed and everything like
you're
that.
gonna pay for that.
You're paying like $30, $40 a pound. You know, probably even more than that. You know, like small farm raised, like there's a benefit in that. You know, especially like grass fed.
Hey, I mean, you really need to take advantage of or maximize and prioritize what you put in your body.
Totally.
You know, because you could feel the difference. If
Totally.
you're sluggish, you're tired, like you're deficient somewhere. Get some blood work done, or pay attention to what you're doing. You can't eat those fucking Tina burritos and them Cheez-Its all the time, and you know them Tony's pizzas and shit, and McDonald's, and you know drink your Starbucks every day and whatnot, and smoke your cigarettes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop you there because
Your Starbucks guy.
I know I'm not supposed to do that stuff, but
all of it, huh?
that's the bad part. Is like, you know, you ever go on those sprees?
They're fucking good, man.
I'm on a spree right now. Dude, I've been on a spree for like 3 months. I had some
That's not a spree, bro. That's your new way of life.
Yeah, for real. I went just because I had some car trouble, and you know, getting out and about is just like the money meter just starts ticking above your head, dude. You know, you walk outside and it's like ching, ching. You start your car, ching, ching. You know,
it
it's
costs
like
$3.75 every time I turn my car on,
dude. You know, you're driving around, your car gets dusty, you got to stop at the car wash, ching, ching. You know, hit the gas station. Just, dude, it's crazy how much like
you can fuck around and accidentally spend $300.
And let me backtrack because I'm specifically talking about not having a car. Like taking an Uber to the gym is outrageous, bro. Like you know, you want to pay, you know, $10, $15 to go to the gym? Hell no.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing push-ups at the house. You know what I'm saying? And I still have that gym membership. That's the fucked up part. So, you know, it sucks, but yeah, I feel like I know personally that it's just like a phase, and I'm gonna get back at it. You know what I mean? I just got my car back, so you know, hopefully she hangs on, and yeah, I can get some fucking work in, dude. Because
I feel that
I miss the pump, dude. I saw you're on your journey.
Yeah, man.
What is it? You said 180, 170?
That's the goal. 180 is the goal. And
oh God,
I'm going to sit my ass down. I told myself no Spartan races, no MMA, pretty much no cardio.
That's going to cut your weight. Yeah, bro. I had to stop playing basketball for that reason. Because I was playing so much basketball that I was like, I could not gain weight.
Yeah, no matter what.
Bro, I would stay in that.
I'm tracking everything, eating like 4,000 calories a day, and I still wasn't gaining weight.
Yeah, I was staying in there for like 4 or 5 hours. Though.
Oh, you're
I was going bad, bro. Bad.
Where are you hooping at?
I was at EOS.
Oh man.
RIP. They took it out. Actually, too many fights. Too many fights on the court, bro.
Yep. It gets a little weird on the basketball courts. I don't know why people are so passionate.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like fucking Wednesday nights for the boys. We're going down. We're playing fucking 3-on-3 on the half court. Next thing you know, fucking Jimmy slips and hits Brian with an elbow. And we're fucking fighting.
Yep.
Sitting here like, God damn it.
I was in one, dude. Fucking 3-on-1 in that biatch. It was bad.
Struggle. That's why they got rid of it. They're like, fuck that. Pull that out and put more fucking squat racks and bench presses.
Yeah. One of them was a girl. So I literally, I was like, I'm not going to fight. Yeah. Like, not fighting, because I didn't hit him. I didn't hit back, so. Because I just at that point in my life where I just don't.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, like I do want to defend myself, don't get me wrong, but it was dicey, you know what I mean? I didn't want it to, you know, again, I didn't want to hit the girl, dude. Because as soon as I hit that girl, it's going to be everybody in the gym.
Chaos,
and I wouldn't blame them, you know what I mean? So for me to risk that, it just didn't add up at the time. So I was like, you know what?
It was a calculated move.
Yeah, luckily, and I was, you know, basically depending on, you know, people in the gym to break it up. So yeah, I felt like a pussy saying that, but it's like, you know what, like, again, bro, I'm not trying to hit a girl, I'm not trying to, you know, go to jail, because a lot of times you get in a fight like that, the police show up, there's blood everywhere, and everybody's going to jail.
Yeah.
And they get everybody's story, and I couldn't handle that at that time. I was like about to get a promotion, and you know, all this shit's going on. So
it's basketball, EOS.
Yeah, plus my hands, bro. I use my hands so much, you know.
People forget that, like, if you get in a fight, say even if you fucking win and you punch this guy and you knock his ass out, your hand's gonna hurt like motherfucker.
Yeah. Thinking about my 4 a.m. shift I have the next day. You know what I mean? I gotta wake up in like 6 hours. You know, I'm at the gym playing still. It's 8 p.m. You know, it's like,
man, is this fucking game of
so
21
whack.
really
and it
worth
was
it?
over them losing. It was over them losing.
The winners aren't
like,
ever gonna be fucking.
It was insane. Like, and I was laughing. And it was because I was laughing that it was like an issue, and they were like,
fuck you laughing at?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, and I couldn't stop because then it just made me laugh even harder thinking about me not laughing because of the threat of them, beating me up, which I would rather get my ass kicked than, cower down to somebody like that. You know what I mean? Plus, too, I wanted to keep that gym membership. So I was like, I don't want to get in a fight. I'm going to get fucking kicked out. Because that was the first thing they asked me, too. They were like, did you hit anybody? And I was like, no. I was like, they got a few hits in. And then luckily one of my teammates was pretty big, and he just kind of pulled the guys off of me. I was like, nice. But I didn't draw any blood, no black eyes, nothing like that.
That's a win.
So yeah.
You're able to get up and walk out. That's a win, man.
Yep.
That's a win for sure.
I was still laughing.
So, what work are you looking to get into going forward? Is there certain, different types of things that you like to capture more than others? Or is it movies? Is it TV shows? Is it fucking corporate episode or commercials? Is it fucking music videos?
Yeah, I'm going through like a kind of an explorative phase where I'm really wondering what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I've been messing around with 3D kind of environments and including that with my videography. I did this water drop under my buddy's Tesla, Bucky Howard. Shout out to Bucky Howard. He has one of the dopest Model 3 Teslas here in Vegas. Dude, me and him make some of the most dope content, and it's just because his car is so dope. You know what I mean? So I took this dope video of it just sitting in a garage, and right when the music dropped, I dropped this water underneath it. I literally sat it, basically tracked the ground in 3D, added the water in 3D, and then masked the car and all this good stuff. Dude, and it just looks so dope. And at the end, like I said, man, you just get that endorphin rush, and it's just like, oh my God, this is so sick.
Is fire, yeah.
And it's just this one little 3-second clip in this car video that I'm making, and that's how I want to do it, because I can't tell you how many times where I've been watching something so sick, and the sickest part is 3 seconds long, and it just hits you, and you're like, oh my God, that was
let me go
sick.
Back. Let me go back. Let me see this shit.
Sick, like a movie preview, and Batman's on top of the, Eiffel Tower or something like that, and you're like, what the dude, he was at the, it's like you want to rewind it and play it slow. That's that stuff that I want to make, short form, just punch gut content. But I think I have so much stuff that I want to do at this point that I got kind of overwhelmed. We were talking about it earlier. I felt like I was shooting so much, and I wasn't having a good post-production plan to be able to take care of all this stuff in a time that would satisfy the people that I was working with at that time. And it felt so bad. I hated it, and I'm a dad, dude. So
priorities.
And,
I fucking get it, man.
We were talking about these sections of, priority and time that you can spend with people. And like I said, you only have so many coins that you can put in those sections. And, when I'm trying to choose between, photography and my kid, spending time with my kid, or, even my, my girlfriend, it's I can't help but, choose them. You know what I mean? And it sucks, but at the end of the day, it's
life. What is more important to you? It's hard to choose that,
right?
Because no matter what you do, you're gonna have to sacrifice as
100%.
A man, as a father, as a partner in your relationship. You're gonna sacrifice something. The gym, is it fucking work? Is it I didn't get to watch this movie with my kid, or I missed out on date night. There's always something. I didn't sleep enough.
Yeah.
Now we're sacrificing sleep so we could be able to attain some of the things we've been missing out on, and it's a constant struggle, and it's a journey to find balance.
Yeah.
And I feel like trying to find that balance is a motherfucker.
Absolutely. You know, because you want to go all in on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You want to go all in and be the best dad. And you want to go all in and, you know, be really good at your main job. And you want to go all in and, you know.
You want to be healthy.
Be the best boyfriend. You want to, you know, yeah, exactly. You want to get the best, you know, promotion at that job. And, you know, that's, you know, I'm a butcher, meat manager for a, you know, pretty big retailer out here. Gary like exposed me and said where I worked. I can't say that. I was like, damn it, Gary, you're not supposed to say exactly where I work. But yeah, because I want to be able to come on here and tell you stuff like the 45-day thing, and not be fearful that I'm like, you know,
looking over your shoulder and
out
shit.
like this giant company. But yeah, man, and it's, you know, it requires a lot of detailed work, and not just, you know, can you cut a steak really well. It's, can you merchandise it really well? Can you execute a marketing plan that's sent down to you from somebody that's above you who knows more? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm sure you experienced that in the military. Some of the same kind of concept where
chain of command.
You need to, you know what I mean? You need to execute, you know, and that's something that I like about it. But it takes a lot of your, you know, it takes a lot of your energy away in a day. You know,
so how do you juggle, you know, doing your typical 9-to-5 that pays the bills for sure, and then your dream and passion behind the camera and being a creator and being able to get and edit and make dope shit and 3D shit and do all of this stuff.
Here recently, dude, have not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
with my freaking car trouble, you know, it's like
something has to sacrifice.
Dude. Yeah,
even
exactly.
in a perfect scenario, perfect world, things are still being need to sacrifice.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes you got to take a step back because, you know, I was grinding, dude. I was posting consistently, you know, 2 times a day at specific times, calculating when, you know, East Coast, you know, people were going on their lunch breaks, and when there was, you know, some added, you know, activity in these specific hashtags and specific filter bubbles, and it just, dude, it gets pretty complicated as far as that goes, and it gets a little overwhelming, you know. And I was juggling it really well up to a point, and I got a promotion at my work to, you know, the manager, and dude, it just took a lot of strength out of me, you know, as far as like coming home and still having that drive to like, let's go downtown and shoot. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hit up Gary. You know, we're gonna go to Fremont and we're just gonna wing it, dude. Like, I don't know what we're gonna make, don't care. And we're just gonna wing it. Gary would be laughing at me sometimes, like, dude, you don't even have a premise. I'm like,
sometimes you just need that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Shit. Let's just fucking do it, bro.
Yeah. That was like the second time we shot together. We met up on Fremont. He was like, you know, do we have any kind of, you know, premise? And I was like, nah, dude, like, we're just gonna walk around. It came out to a really sick video, honestly. But yeah, man, I want to get back into it. I think now that I have my car back, we're definitely gonna start making a lot more cool stuff. The 3D stuff is hard, dude. I actually hit a brick wall with one of my pieces that I'm working on right now. And it sucks. I feel bad. You know, it's like the first time where I thought I was going to shoot something how I wanted to, and I am hitting like a complete and utter brick wall.
You got to deviate from what you thought was the plan.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's weird because I know a workaround for it, but it's like 3 times as long as, you know, I know there's just like a specific thing that I'm missing, but dude, again, I'm not going to school for this.
Yeah,
I'm watching YouTube videos and I'm trying to find
university. This. And then learning the terminology. How do I search exactly what I need to find?
Absolutely.
Without having the fucking answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bitch, man. It's
100%. So, hey, dude, that's another way this AI can totally revolutionize. You know, you take AI and have it analyze you know, the top Harvard teacher, professor, and how he explains, you know, chemistry on a basic level. Yeah. You could take that and give that entire, you know, personality into AI and have it teach like high school students. Like, even right now, if you go into ChatGPT,
with that, man.
You can say, I know it'd be weird.
It's weird, man.
Is our education system doing better than that?
Fuck no, it's not.
You know what I mean? Let's put old Dorothy up, who's 40 years old and, you know, has a bachelor's degree and is making, way less money than she thought she was going to, you know what I mean? And it sucks.
Start that OnlyFans.
I wish, no, dude, they get fired now if they do that.
40 grand
Did you
ain't
see
shit.
that?
She claps
my
that ass
God.
3 times, she's gonna be able to get 40 grand in a month.
She's already made $1 million
Yeah.
in like the first month after she got
Dorothy.
fired. Did you see that story though?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Fuck
Yeah. Dude, that was crazy. I was like, fucking right. She
Yeah,
deserves that.
Shake that ass.
She's clocked
shit.
out, dude. Whatever I do in my clock out time, that's on me. You know what I mean? That's
Definitely.
my time.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand. Like that just doesn't make sense to me at all.
I want to
Like,
model
why?
and shake my ass. Don't look if you
And
don't
like,
want to see.
are these kids getting like credit cards? Is that what's going on? And like
Give them parents credit cards saying, I have to see Miss Tabitha's fucking booty
Dude.
cheeks tonight.
you think dad is like straight up like, look,
He's like, man, go ahead.
I know I would want this too. Just
look, I'll
take
do it, but if mom looks at the statement, I'm saying it was you. You took the card.
First of all, put my phone in a Ziploc bag. And
That's good shit, man. Well, man, Angelo, man, I had a great time, man, with you on the pod. Just shooting the shits a little bit. It's always fun to be able to get down and just talk a little bit of
pleasure,
shit.
dude.
Talk
My
smack
pleasure.
with Mac.
Definitely.
Man. But every time I have somebody get on the pod for the first time, I sit back and I give you the mic and I don't say shit.
Yeah.
Anything you want people to know, what you got coming up next, social media handles, anything like that you want to share. Here's your camera over there, man. It's all
Nice.
you.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, you can just catch me on Instagram, Orlando Angelo. It's my name backwards. My first name is actually Angelo. But yeah, pretty consistent across the social media. If you want to look me up through Orlando Angelo, pretty much pop up on there everywhere you go. So, but yeah, man, thank you so much for having me.
Fuck yeah,
it's awesome.
man. Had a great conversation. Look forward to the 4-piece setup, and put these bad boy curtains back to work and have a pretty backdrop and get the homies together. So yes, I'll be hitting you up in the future, man, when I have that all set up. And yeah, man, until then, just keep on kicking ass. I hope your car fucking stays strong. I hope my car stays strong
Me too, man, and I hope yours too.
Let's just kick some ass, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, man. That sums it up for this episode of Talk Smack with Mac. Everybody make sure you follow Angelo on social media. And if you need some motherfucking work, hit this man up. He's a motherfucking whiz behind that camera.
take
And
care
he
of
can
you.
make your dream and make it reality in 3D. We're out, guys.
Are you ready? Let's talk smack.